Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Studio, and today I'm here to review When Calls the Heart Season 13, Episode 2, and it is called Up in Smoke. So I feel like the premiere was definitely the calm before the storm. You know, it was a pretty tame episode. I mean, there was like the big conflict on will they stay or will they go, but like, you know, it was pretty mellow. And then they just jumped right into chaos this episode. It was crazy. I mean, I gotta say, this show has had several like action sequences and all. I mean, a lot of Mountie action. As far as like the action extending for like most of the episode, though, this has got to be one of the biggest ones since, what was it, the season 3 finale, the episode with Rosemary and Lee's wedding. I mean, that was a crazy episode. There's been fires on the show before, like when the schoolhouse burned down on the episode of Jack and Elizabeth's wedding. But I mean, there's actually been a lot of fires. I mean, this was definitely like the biggest fire, and they kind of did it because of the whole LA fires, which happened about 1 year ago. It's crazy it's been that long already, but they handled it pretty well. I mean, I really enjoy this show. I've talked about this before, and I think most people agree with me, is when they focus on the community and the community coming together to make a difference and to help people out and to make change. And this was exactly what this episode was. You had the entire community doing something, pitching in, helping out, and it just works so well. So yeah, it starts right off the bat. Nathan, Bill, Joseph, and Oliver are going to the park to get the kids, and they find Allie and Opal, and they get them. Bill and Oliver take them back, and Nathan lets Allie go with Oliver, and there's kind of like that little second where he like trusts Oliver with Allie, which I think is going to be important down the line. I definitely think that's foreshadowing when they inevitably get together, what that's going to look like, which I'm very excited for. But yeah, so the Nathan and Joseph had to keep going for Toby and Cooper, but they're able to find them, of course. I mean, they're able to like find them within the first 10 minutes, but definitely like as far as like the action goes, it happens right off the bat. I mean, obviously you can't have the kids missing for the whole episode, but they get them back. There's some nice moments thrown in there with Minnie like praying. I thought that was a great moment. And then we also see Toby's mom exists. So I mean, that was cool. I definitely think they're handling the kids' arcs very well this season. I mean, we've seen Cooper and Toby grow so much since they came into the show. Obviously, Allie, and then now we have this new girl, Gwendolyn. I mean, they're doing a great job. I mean, this past few seasons, they've definitely done a better job with the kids' storylines. And this season, it seems like it's the best one yet for that. So I'm really looking forward to where they go with that. And you also have Bill, who keeps coughing. Now, I wonder if this is going to set up like a bigger health issue for him, and that's why they had that be like such like a big focus, is him coughing and then having to go to the infirmary. I don't know, because they've teased Bill getting sick before, so I'm inclined to believe they wouldn't do that again, but it's hard to say. I mean, it could have just been some comedic relief with the little banter with him and Molly, but then I was kind of reminded of how I kind of do wish him and Molly got together, but I'm happy that Georgie's coming back this season and we'll see them together. But yeah, I mean, Bill was being as stubborn as ever, but I mean, at least he stayed in the bed because Faith and Molly ordered him to. I mean, Bill hasn't changed in that sense. And we also see Edie, and she's persistent, like, I know I need to save my animals, so she goes off on her own, and Lucas finds out, and of course he goes after her to help. And yeah, they work together, and they get all of her, I assume they get all of her animals free. And we had Lucas leading the team to dig the fire break. I mean, it was great seeing Lucas in that role instead of just like behind the office. I mean, normally you would see Lucas doing Rosemary was doing, like on the radio, making announcements to the other communities, but instead we saw him right in the midst of the action, working, digging. I mean, I thought that was cool, especially for a character who we usually don't see in that role. I thought that was cool. Seeing him do the magic show for the kids was so sweet too. Because I still remember back when he first came in, how he did magic tricks, and how he was like showing off to it was Faith and Clara, and then Jesse got jealous. Gosh, that was so long ago. But I like that they are bringing back, like, to me, this really feels like old Lucas. Like, I really feel like the Lucas that we kind of loved has returned. So I really did like that. And of course, Edie was very impressed with the show. I like that they didn't have him get it like perfect on the first try. You had him mess up and all of that. And I like that they also showed that not every Benson Hills person who came in was like normal and like grounded and everything. Like that guy who tried to steal. I thought that was pretty realistic because there would be people like that. Not everyone would just be like chill and follow the rules. And of course, we got a great moment where Oliver got to make his first arrest, and Allie was impressed. I liked that little moment. That was really cute. And then she brought popcorn to him at the jail later. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the Allie and Oliver connection. I mean, I hope it doesn't drag out too long, but I could see Nathan getting involved to being skeptical because that's just bound to happen, right? I mean, I do think the fact that he trusted Oliver with Allie at the beginning, I mean, I feel like that's like it goes to show that he's like comfortable with like them being together or like handing her off to him, which I assume's foreshadowing for like something down the road. But we'll see. And we meet Gwendolyn, who her dad got missing in the fire and all that, and they do find him by the end, but she's very closed off. She wants her dad. I mean, very understandable, you know. And then by the end, she is playing with Goldie, and then Nathan comes back and says that her dad, he's in the hospital and she can't see him for a few weeks, so she's going to be staying with the Coulters. So, I mean, it makes sense. I'm curious how this will impact the Coulters. It's an interesting choice. I mean, I guess I don't really know who else she would stay with. I mean, I guess Mike and May, but I read something somewhere that Maisie's going to be moving in with them, so I guess that's why they didn't do that. I guess the Coulters makes the most sense. I mean, I guess they have a spare bedroom, or she'll be on the couch. I don't know what they'll do there. We never see the upstairs portion of their houses, but yeah, I'm curious what they'll do with this Gwendolyn character. And I mean, I assume her dad will pull through, but you know, how long will she be around for? It does feel like they do the foster child storyline quite a bit, so I wonder how they'll make this different than like all the other ones, like with Lily and, I mean, Rachel, their niece, wasn't a foster, but yeah, we'll see. But the fire itself, I like that it wasn't just a plot device. It destroyed a neighboring town. We got to see Maisie back, and she's definitely toned down a bit. You know, she was very brash when we saw her a couple of seasons ago, and now you think she would be brash now, but she's just devastated and she's tired and she's hurt because she lost her town. So I guess we're going to be seeing her and Lee work together more, and we'll see her in Hope Valley, which, of course, I read something somewhere for next episode that she's going to be moving in with Mike and May. So that'll give them a plot line, too. Something to see there. I think that'll be fun. Of course, it destroyed Rosemary's Playhouse, too, which is hard. I would have liked to at least seen the Playhouse before it burned down. We just heard them talking about it, but I hope she'll get to rebuild. They'll get to rebuild or something, and the end of the season, we'll see her have the Playhouse. But she handled it really well. I mean, she didn't get dramatic and start crying. I mean, Rosemary's grown a lot. She handled it. She knew that there was bigger things at stake. She needed to alert Benson Hills about it. So she got on the radio and she remained calm. And I'm really liking Rosemary this season. She's nowhere near as dramatic as she used to be. I think she's grown a lot. And I do like dramatic Rosemary, but last season it became a lot. She got a bit too intense, I think, with her whole play storyline and how she treated Ava. So this season they're grounding her. They're making her go through a struggle, which that's what I liked when she was dealing with the grief of her mom right after Goldie was born. I like that it made her, have an actual issue rather than just a journalism theater, girl. I'm liking this for Rosemary. And Nathan and Elizabeth, they were great this episode. They worked in sync perfectly. And I like how because they've been through so many of these big moments together where Nathan's almost died or gone missing, or with little Jack and he went missing. They're used to these moments, so there's no guessing what they have to do or trying to figure it out spontaneously. They just know what to do. They know how to work together in that sense, even if they're not side by side. So I like those little tidbits there. Some people are complaining that there's not enough romantic moments, but let's be honest, there wasn't going to be one this episode. It was focused on other things, but I'm sure we'll get some in the future. the Lucas and Edie moment where he gives her uncle's coins, and that was really sweet, really sweet. Again, like Allie and Oliver, I'm really liking Lucas and Edie together, and I'm curious what they're gonna do with them. I assume this season there'll be some resolution and they'll be an official couple, but for right now, I mean, in Edie standing on her own, and she's so complex. I mean, we really saw her this episode, her coming through and being a part of the town, and all of that, and even like staying in Lucas's office because she didn't want to give up a room for the Benson Hills families at the hotel. I mean, that just goes to show that she may, seem a bit spunky at times and, a little brash depending on the moment, but she's a good person deep down who cares. And yeah, so I'm really liking her character, and I'm really liking her and Lucas together. We also, I really like the little moments too. We saw like Molly and Jed working together. We saw Florence and Ned working together. Faith and Molly working together. Just like these little partnership scenes. We see Christopher mention Henry going out to see if he's okay. Which I'm curious what they're going to do with Christopher's character this season. Like, will he be back? I assume so. I don't think they would just bring him back for one episode to not do anything with his character, but we'll see. And then, of course, we all kind of assume that it's McGinty is the one who started the fire, right? That's just kind of the obvious choice. But I feel like it's a red herring, and I feel like there's a possibility that, one, it could be something with electricity. I'm a little less sure about that and how that all works, but considering the episode 1 had a lot of electricity hints with the whole traffic light and everything, and then this episode the power went off. So I kind of wonder, was there like an electricity issue, or if the kids started the fire? That's a possibility. We see Cooper and Toby seem a little uneasy. Maybe they had something to do with it. I mean, I hope not, but it would definitely be more interesting than just McGinty being behind it all. But Lee's very persistent, like, no, McGinty's the one who did it. And I gotta say, Rosemary and Lee have swapped places. We're seeing a more aggressive Lee this season, and I'm kind of down for it. Like, this has got to be one of my favorite versions of Lee that we've seen. He's in his peak role as mayor. He handled this episode really well, comforting Maisie, welcoming people as they walked into town, all of that. So I'm really liking this version of Lee, and then we see Rosemary as kind of like the tamed down one in the marriage. I like that role reversal, and yeah, so I'm really curious. Lee seems, very persistent that it's McGinty, and I feel like as the audience, we all know that they're probably not going to go there because it's just too obvious. And I have a feeling it's either, one, it was an electricity issue, or two, the kids accidentally started the fire. And I have a feeling the second one will be more interesting, again, because the kids did start the fire, they didn't, obviously not on purpose. They did start the one in the schoolhouse for Jack and Elizabeth's wedding. So I guess that would kind of be a repeat, but the stakes are slightly different, We'll see what happens. But yeah, again, this was like a perfect episode. Probably the best episode we've seen in years. The community coming together, working together, solving this crisis. And then, of course, the little moments we got with all of our favorite couples. Rosemary and Lee, Nathan and Elizabeth, Minnie and Joseph, Mike and May even. Allie and Oliver, Lucas and Edie. It just all fit into place so perfectly, and it just makes me more and more excited. We're going to have all of these Benson Hills people staying, so Elizabeth is going to have more kids temporarily, and how that's all going to work. We have the investigation to look forward to. Maisie moving in with Mike and May. That's going to be fun. So yeah, lots to look forward to. Definitely one of the most promising seasons of the show. And let me know down below what you thought of episode 2, and I will see you next week for 3. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and bye, everyone.